The oil company, and movies for a
We'll get started. So if you were not here last week, you may not know, we're going to end today with the eating meditation. Now, normally when I do eating meditations, I bring in a piece of chocolate and I bring in a piece of fruit and I let you choose. There's no choice today. So I apologize if you don't like salted chocolate chip cookies. If you don't, that's okay. You can skip the meditation or you can sit and imagine it with us. But Denny made the chocolate chip cookies and he usually brings them in. He always brings us a batch around Christmas and they're so good. And if there's any leftovers, we'll fight for them. I'm just kidding. So I'll go ahead and say, lately I have noticed that people around me have been a little uncomfortable with silence. You know, and part of that is because I have 2 teenagers at home now. And they want entertainment, you know, in the car, they want to either be plugged in or have the music on and DJing, you know. And occasionally you may be with a friend or a partner and they may be uncomfortable sitting in the silence. That's someone's phone.
It shouldn't be, but it might be.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. We had a little disruption at the beginning with this poor lady outside, so.
Nope.
So notice, you know, when you're with someone, if you can tell if they're starting to get uncomfortable with the silence, if they're just trying to conjure a conversation. I've noticed with my partner, sometimes he'll be like, well, and then there's a pause. And I'm like, you know. I love that as we get entrenched in yoga and as we develop a discipline with meditation, that we become very comfortable in the silence. In fact, you start to find that you're comforted being in silence in the car and not having anything playing. You may decide at times that you just want to turn your phone off or silence it so that you're not being bothered by the distraction. Or you may find in your home that you don't have to have the TV on as background noise. I went to a restaurant on Saturday. I was supposed to be going to a kirtan, but then one or several people had become ill and they canceled it at the last minute. And I contacted a friend of mine who I was hoping was going to be there. And I was like, hey, are you going? And he's actually the one that told me it's canceled. And he was like, but I'm just getting off work. Do you want to meet me for lunch? So we met at this Mexican restaurant to eat. And they had not only a big screen TV playing a football game, but they had loud music coming from the speakers. And they're not alone. A lot of restaurants do this these days. A lot of bars do this these days. And I'm just sitting in a restaurant looking at all this and listening to all this, trying to have a conversation, and I can't half hear what he's saying. And I'm like, why do we have to have so much noise? So then after I left the lunch, someone had sent me a little video because I was talking about Om last week and I had made a post about Om and breaking it down, the A, the U, the M, and what it represents. The A representing the vibration of creation, the U representing the vibration of preservation, and the M representing the vibration of dissolution. And they had sent a video by Sadhguru talking about Om, and Om being the root word for Amen. And he was like, I don't know why it got changed to Amen. It's supposed to be Amen, right? Om. It's like the punctuation of a prayer. And I'd mentioned on that post, hearing that, I really want to start bringing the Om back at the end of our practice, because I really try to teach and approach yoga as a spiritual practice. So we'll try to remember that from now on so that we can punctuate it at the end. So it's like a physical prayer. But anyway, that led me to a different video. You know how YouTube can be. And it was Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. And I posted this on my Moonbeam Yoga Facebook page. It's a little video clip of, he was like, how to bring Christmas in, or some kind of title like that. And he was talking about the song Silent Night. Everybody knows that carol, Silent Night, Holy Night. You know how, and then everybody in the crowd starts singing it. And it was so beautiful that they all started singing it. And he said, think about, is it sleep in heavenly peace? Sorry, I can't sing. Sleep in heavenly peace. Anyway, he was saying, when you're listening to that song, he was like, and when you're going inside to meditate, think about your small self resting in the lap of the divine. Resting in the lap of the great mother. Just like an infant would be cradled in the mother's arms. And let the silence comfort you. And anyway, so today's practice, I will play a very low amount of music, and it's Ramadasa we'll be listening to, which is a healing mantra in the background, but it's going to be in a very low whisper. And then instead of doing the silent meditation, which is what I did at the end for the last class, we're going to do the eating meditation because we have the chocolate. Okay. So let's go ahead and begin on our backs. Have your strap ready. Fan out your feet. And rest your hands lightly on your abdomen. Close your eyes. And take a moment just to acknowledge the movement under your hands. The belly expands on the in-breath. Deflates on the out-breath. Remembering how medicinal diaphragmatic breathing can be. How it's helpful for our immunity. Helpful to allow us to de-stress and improve our digestion, just to name a few. This diaphragmatic breath is more of a silent breath. Different than the Ujjayi breath, where we constrict the back of the throat, making a whispering sound. And when we get up to start to flow and move, it's okay to switch to that Ujjayi pranayama. because that sound can be soothing and it can represent the song of the soul. But while we're here on our backs, let's maintain the diaphragmatic breath, the silent breath. Let's go ahead and glide the feet closer together. Find your strap, pull the right knee in towards your belly, and wrap the strap over the sole of the foot, and then sail the leg overhead. Now pop that foot up into the strap. Keep your shoulder blades nestled on the floor. And then find your edge of flexibility with your hamstrings. Breathing in and out through the nose, unless you need to breathe through the mouth. From Padangusthasana A, let's take both ends of the strap into the right hand, extending your arm up as close to the foot as possible. Flex your left ankle, ground down your left leg, and slowly open the leg away from your body, sending it towards the front door. Keep lengthening through the left leg on the mat to keep your pelvis stable. We're going to be doing a lot of standing poses today. So we're using Padangusthasana sequence as a warm-up. On your next inhale, let's lift the leg back up to A. Swap hands to hold the strap. Send the leg and teeter it across the body, but without the twist. Spread the toes. Press the foot into the fabric. Now lengthen your right arm to the right side of your body and roll towards your left hip, creating the twist. Rotating and churning through your belly and back. And maybe even turning your head to the right shoulder. One more deep yogic breath. Affirming new peace, new energy is flooding through my being. And then inhale, turn the head to center, lift that leg back up overhead. Exhale, bend the knee. Lower the strap to the side and hug the knee in towards your upper body. Good, now gently release the right leg, slide it down the length of the mat, and pull the left knee in towards your abdomen. Wrap the strap around the sole of the foot and sail it up and in. Spread the toes, pump up through the heel. And draw the leg closer until you find your edge. Remembering in our society, we tend to have that expression beyond the edge. But in yoga, we want to honor the edge. I think they use that in extreme sports, beyond the edge. And I think there's a pub in East Nashville that used to be called that name. From Padangusthasana A, let's take both ends of the strap into the left hand, extending that arm as close to the foot as possible, and then activating the right leg on the floor. And when you're ready, Lean that leg off to the left side. Condition that right hip down. Push out through the right heel. Breathe through the inner thigh. Slow, deep, rhythmic breathing. Inhale, let's carry it up. Swap hands. Free up the left arm and cross it over your midline and pause. Continue to practice self-study. What's showing up physically in the body, but also what's showing up in your stream of thoughts. Now let's start to roll into the twist. Lift the left side of your low back off the floor. And maybe turn your head to your left arm. The eyes can be open or shut here. On your next in-breath, let's turn the head to neutral. Let's lift the leg back up. Exhale, bend the knee, remove that strap and set it to the side. Hugging the left knee in. A half wind release pose. Now go ahead and step the left foot back to the mat. Slide your right foot back to join. Fan your knees apart and allow the feet to join together. Then place your hands back onto your belly. Recline, butterfly. Let's take 7 breaths while we're here. Warming up the external rotator of the hips, the inner thighs, before we move more. When you're ready, you're gonna lift and flutter the knees back up and together. Separate the feet out as wide as the mat, rocking the knees from side to side. After doing that several rounds, let's go ahead and roll completely to the right or left, depending on those of you coming back from knee surgery. And we're gonna go ahead and come up to stand. And as we come up to stand, we're gonna set up, okay? So I want you to have your strap, fold it in half, and set it somewhere near the top edge of your mat. And then your blocks, I want you to have in front of your toes, kind of like the distance you would be in tabletop position. That way that's set up, so when we need it. And then join your palms together to prayer. Solidify your feet down to the earth. Draw up through the navel center. And find a drishti point for your eyes. Let's begin. Inhale, the arms are going to circle wide and overhead. Palms face each other. And then lift up through your side body. Tip your hips forward into a gentle back. And as you exhale, bring the hands together to prayer, bend the knees, draw your thighs back so you can see your big toes at least. Pull in through the abdomen, lift up to the top of the head. And then inhale, let your arms float up alongside your ears. Utkatasana chair. Exhale, fold straight down. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands up your leg bones. Lengthen out through the vertebrae. Look out with your eyes. And then exhale, release. Back over and down. Inhale, roots to circle the arms up overhead. Coming to Urdhva Hastasana at the top. Exhale, arch back. Looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands together. Sit down and deep into the hips. Inhale, let your arms shoot back up alongside the face. Utkatasana. And exhale, folding over straight legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen out, creating some space. And exhale, fold back into self. One more of those. Inhale to the top. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arch back. Open your heart and throat. Exhale, hands together. Sit back with your hips. Utkatasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Elongate your side traps. Exhale, pour down. Uttanasana, bow your head. And your knees can have a soft bend if that's necessary. And I want you to nod your head yes for embracing and enjoying silence when it comes. On your next in-breath, go ahead and sweep the arms to your sides and up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana at the top. And then exhale, bringing hands home, sweet home to the heart. All right. So if you guys on this side of the room want to turn to the center, and if you guys want to turn towards the center, they make it a little easier to follow along. So we're going to stand the feet wide apart, like really wide. So if you were to lift your arms up, the ankles would fall under the wrists. Now look down at your feet. Make sure the feet are parallel with each other. And notice you have the tendency to supinate the feet at all. Are you rolling to the outer edges? Are you rolling to the inner edges? Can you flatten the feet? Then push down through the four corners equally. All right, from here, we're going to rotate the right foot to the short edge side of the mat. Y'all won't be nearing each other. And bend the knee. When you bend the knee, if that knee crosses way past the ankle, you might want to slide your back foot a little wider. Just see. And then widen your hips, roll open for your thighs, look down the right fingertips, and as you exhale, bring the right elbow down, take the left arm up and over the ear, turning and sitting the pinky down, thumb up, side ankle. Good, inhale, use that left arm to lift, and then re-extend your right arm, warrior two. Exhale, come down, side angle. The elbow can rest, and the top arm elongates across the face. Good, one more set. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2, joyfully manifesting the power of our own strength and those inner whispers we hear in silence. Exhale, taking it into side angle, Parsvottanasana. Good, inhale, draw back up to the top, straighten the right leg, turn the right foot in, and rotate your left foot towards the other end of the mat. Lunge the knee, strike warrior two. Trying to keep the spine elevated over the hips. Arms reaching out shoulder height. Good, exhale, bring the left elbow to the knee. Right arm can reach up and overhead. Good, inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhaling, side angle. Good, one more set. Inhale, Virabhadasana 2. And exhale, side angle pose. Now really glue that back foot down. Put as much strength in the back leg as you are the one you're leaning towards. Good, inhale, bring it all the way up. You can straighten the left leg, turn that left foot to be parallel again. And exhale, relax your arms. All right. Turn your foot closest to the front of the room and step up. All right, from here, find your strap. Hold it, but fold it in half. We're going to take that strap behind our backs, and you can hold it as wide as your hips. We're going to step back with the right foot and lunge the front knee like warrior one. Yeah, your hips are turning in my direction, and then roll the shoulders back. Good. Lift the arms up away from the buttocks. Maybe tilt your head back if that doesn't strain your neck. And then as you exhale, we're going to dive to the inside of that front knee, arms lifting overhead, gazing towards the back foot if possible. And then inhale, really pressurize the feet to pull back up. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Good, inhale, roll them back. Lift the hands, open your throat. Exhale, hinge, and loosely lower the head, relaxing your neck here in this position. Good, inhale, push down to the feet, lift up through your heart, relax your shoulders and hands. Good, one more. Shoulders roll back, arms fly up, throat opens partially, and then exhale, humble the warrior and loosen the neck. All right, inhale, pressurize the feet, come up, relax the arms and step up. You guys are doing great. How's it feeling for you today? Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and step back with the left foot. Lunging the right knee. Holding that strap about shoulder hip distance apart. Wider if need to. All right, activate your shoulders and the arms and maybe tilt the head back. Exhale, dive to the inside of the right knee. Looking towards the back foot. Good, inhale, press down to come up with ease. And exhale, softly relax your shoulders. Good, inhale, activate your arms, open the throat. Exhale, hinge down. Power 3 today. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, relax your arms. Just one more. Shoulders roll back, hands lift up. Maybe the gaze is up. And then exhale, humble the warrior, bowing the head, looking back towards the foot, Padayura graduation. All right, inhale, let's come back up. Exhale, relax your arms, done with the strap. Okay. We're gonna take a big step back with the right foot. Okay, when I say big step, maybe even baby step a little bit more. Because this is what we're doing. We're lunging that front knee. We're gonna let the right arm just kind of hang to the back side. And we're gonna sweep the left arm up towards the sky. So it's a side warrior. Now breathe into your left side body. Breathe into that left lung. And as you exhale, we're gonna bring that hand to the inside of the shin and let the right arm shoot straight up towards the sky. All right, power 3. Inhale, the lower body stays stable, firm foundation as we tilt back and elevate the left arm. Side warrior. Exhale into side angle. You might start to feel a little burning through the legs. All right, inhale. Slowly carry it up. Uh-oh, did I forget airplane mode? And exhale, coming back down. Oh no, it just switched songs, good. Awesome. Okay, inhale, draw it up. And then when you're ready, step it forward. Woo, walk it out if you need to. All right, left leg steps way back. Do y'all remember Flintstones? There used to be the way backs in the Flintstones. Way back, sorry. Lunge the front knee. Left hand hangs back. Right arm radiates up towards the hips. Breathe into the right side body, breathe into the right. And then as we exhale, slowly cartwheel it down. Right hand to the inside of the shin. Left arm shoots straight up towards the sky. All right, continue. Inhale. Back it up. Gaze up. And as you exhale, bring it forward and down. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Inhaling to side warrior, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling to a version of Parsvottanasana. Side. All right, inhale, bring it up. And then cautiously step it to the front. How we doing? Good. Okay. Inhale, right foot back. You don't have to go as way back, okay? We're gonna be using the blocks this time. Ooh, Julie, I'm gonna swap with you because these are more stable. If you have thin ones, just be careful. Okay. I'm just checking our right alignment. So Nancy, you're gonna want your blocks shoulder distance apart in front of the foot, way ahead of the foot. More like, yeah, okay. Awesome. I think everybody else is good.
Okay, way better.
All right, this time the front leg's gonna stay straight. We're gonna begin lifting the left arm, very similar to what we just did, except it's a different pose. This is like old school version triangle. And as we exhale, we're going to modern triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Good, now glance down at your blocks. That's where we're headed. Lunge the left knee. Bring the hands to the top. Shift your weight so you're straightening the left leg and then rolling the right hip down to be square and even with the other. Push back through the right foot. Spread out through the right toes and breathe. All right, we got 3 of these. Yippee-yi-yay. All right, bend the front knee. Tiptoe down with the right foot. All right, ground that heel. Float your hands up. Straighten the left leg. Take your time with it. Old school triangle. It's a modern triangle as you breathe out. Front leg stays straight. Arms line up. Make sure you're opening up space between the navel and your sternum. And then look down. Bend the knee. Bring the hands to the blocks. Pick up the right foot. Dial the right hip down towards the floor. Your sacrum should be pretty level. All right, one more. Bend the front knee. Tiptoe the back foot down. Solidify that foot. And then come back. And then exhaling, triangle. Good, glance down at the blocks. That's where we're headed for this final formation here. Breathe. Feel how much work you're getting in that standing leg.
Yeah.
Strengthening, there's balancing. All right, now you can lower the right foot down beside your left and then just gently come up. Awesome. Okay, now the right foot's going to be in front. We're stepping back with the left. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, chair works great. All right, right arm lifts. Exhale, triangle. From triangle, look down, lunge the right knee, find those blocks to bring the floor to you. Pick up the back foot, dial the hip down, toes down, and feel as though you're trying to reach the back wall with your foot. Good, softly bend the right knee, tiptoe the left foot to the floor, solidify it down, straighten the front leg, take your time. Right arm radiates up towards the sunlight. Exhale, windmill the arms down, triangle. Firming here, energy and joy flood down to me. Bend the front knee, bring the hands to the blocks. Let that help you to stabilize your balance. Good, I just happened to look at Morgan and she picked her head up and I could tell she was lengthening out her spine. That's what we all want to do here. Good, lunge the right knee, tiptoe the back foot down, last set. That reverse triangle to modern triangle. Glance down, reposition the hands to blocks, squaring the hips, lengthening the spine, finding your point of concentration on the floor, and breathe. All right, let's bend the right knee. Let's step the left foot down. Bring one block with you and come up. How are we doing? Thanks. All right, the block is going to go to the outside of the left foot. That's going to be our little perch for eagle. So bend your knees, back the hips up. Cross your right foot over to stand on top of the block. This is a more gentle way to do it. Let's be gentle with it today. So if you're coming back from knee surgery, I would focus on the arms.
Okay.
I don't know if I would crisscross because it could get really wobbly. So maybe both feet flat to the floor, hands to prayer position first. Stabilize your lower body and start to squeeze your inner thighs together. Okay, once you have that, right arm loops under the left, back of the hand start to come together or possibly intertwine. Holding and breathing, Garudaasana. Affirming at the center of life's storms, I can choose to stay calm and serene. Let's release the arms and then release the legs. You good, Nancy? Yeah. Take your time. All right, block to the outside of the right foot. And if the crossing of the legs again is too much, you can just do the arms, okay, right? Okay, so sit back, cross your left leg over. The block can help with stability. Zip up your midriff, hands to prayer. Just ground that right foot. That's your landing line down to the center of the earth. Draw up the energy from the earth. Now, left arm hooks under the right. Maybe the hands intertwine as well. Find the best form that you can, and then realign with your breath. The breath should always be able to override the pose. Replace your next thought with the affirmation. At the center of life's storms, I can choose to remain calm and serene. Release. And exit out. How are we? Okay. Set the blocks forward. Hands to prayer. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, maybe look up at this steeple that you created for this temple of I. Remember, this can be like a physical prayer. Exhale, pass the hands down through heart center. Bow forward, releasing the hands eventually to Uttanasana. Inhale, step back, plank. Plank is like your prep for a push-up. And what we're gonna do is actually push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, look at your feet, make sure they're just like maybe about 4 inches apart. Bring quality to your breath. This is our final inversion today. Unless you want to dip to melting heart. So those of you that can't be on your knees yet, maybe just stay here. For those that can be on the knees, maybe coming down to tabletop position, untucking the toes, walking the arms out before you, and dripping and melting into the chest and shoulders, maybe to the chin, maybe to the brow. What works better for your neck? Three deep breaths, wherever you are. And then those in downward facing dog, you're going to casually come down to the floor to join us. And those in Anahatasana, you're going to walk your hands back. And then we're going to come down to our seats and bring the legs out in the front. Okay, legs are going to stretch out in front of us. And you may want your heels kind of closer to the mat. So it's kind of fun to do if you're back, is just kind of shimmy forward. It's kind of fun. I used to teach that in kids yoga, we'd be driving around. So flex the ankles. Lift your arms up. This is an active staff pose. Breathe. On the out breath, we're going to bring the arms in front of the chest. Palms are open. And then we're going to scoop in the belly. Puff into the low back and kidneys. All right, when you're ready, you're going to roll it down, down, down. One vertebra at a time. And so you're slowly, casually coming back to the floor. All right, but from here, bend the knees first and fly the feet up next. So that you're creating Dandasana, supine on your back, basically. But what this is called is Viparita Karani. Sometimes we do it at the wall, right? Legs up the wall. Here, we're doing it solo. Now try to have the ankles aligned over the hips instead of tilting the feet towards the face. If your hamstrings are tighter, it's okay for the legs to angle forward into the room. So don't worry about that. Okay, splay your arms out to the sides like a T. And those of you that are Tennessee fans, I just heard our best player is not going to be playing because he's going to the NFL. All right, exhale, sidetrack. Knees come into the belly, arms wrap around, Apanasana, wind release. Let's all take a deep breath in. Breathe it out and away. Beautiful. Open your arms again and roll the knees to your left. Go slow in that rotation, churning through the belly and back. You can keep the neck neutral here, or you can turn it to one side. Either is fine. So you may have built up that Ujjayi breath during the flow. And try to simmer it back down to the quieter, more silent breath. Inhale, knees through center, head to center, and then exhale, bring the knees across to the other side. Over and down to the right. The head can stay the same, or it can turn to the other shoulder, dependent on what you did before. Now gently unroll from your twist. Hug the knees in for a brief moment. And then take the corpse pose. That pose that we started our practice with. Lying on your back, feet fanned apart, arms beside you, and eyes gently closed. Let your breath work naturally slow down your heart rate. Bring the attention down to your feet. Relax the toes, the arches and ankles of both. And then bring that wave of relaxation up through each leg, softening calves, knees, and thighs. Bring the relaxation now into the hips, buttocks, pelvic floor. It's your whole lower body, and let go. And then softly release any gripping your belly or back. Feeling the support underneath. And allowing the belly to bellow as you breathe. Relax your chest, your shoulders, and down for each arm and hand. Softening the neck, throat, face, and even the sensory organs. Gazing to the mind's eye, where if thine eye be seen, thy whole body shall be filled with light. Let it be. Meditate on the ebb and flow of your breath. Listen inwardly to hear any soft whispers or promptings. See the silence as being sacred, holy. Just as the song suggests. Then we're going to prepare for our eating meditation. So please bend your knees if you're not there already. Roll to one side of your body. Take time enough to sit, and you'll find, hopefully everyone receives a cookie. Now, like I said, these eating meditations can be done with anything, fruit, cookies, chocolate, whatever. Now, you're gonna follow my instructions. Because I know that you're looking at it and wanting to devour it. So the first thing I want you to do, so with any meditation, we're being contemplative. So find a comfortable seat. So I'm sitting on the edge of a bolster to elevate the hips. You can use a block or a blanket to do something similar. So the first thing I want you to look at is just take it in. You know, pick up the cookie and see that you have a Valentine. That's all the napkins I had at home. It's red, right? Red's kind of Christmassy. Make it work. You know, hearts represent love. So this is my Christmas love to you. Okay. And this is Denny's love to you as he took the time to bake this. So just look at the color and look at the cookie. Like turn it over. You know, see the chips. You might even see a little salt in there. And again, we're taking it in through the senses. So just visually take it in first. And then bring it up to the nose. Smell it. And those of you at home, just get whatever you want to eat. It could be a cracker, it could be a piece of bread, anything. Smells good. Now, usually, if it's something wrapped, we'll listen to it. We can still listen to it because we're going to break a piece off. I'm not sure if we can hear it or not. Maybe. Yeah. Now, this is going to be like a little tease, okay? So take a morsel of the cookie or whatever you're eating at home, and you're just going to look at it. Just like it is a little bitty taste. Close your mouth, close your eyes. And maybe you start to notice your body's response. One of those responses could be salivation in the mouth, desire to eat it in your mind. And then let's go ahead and take just a piece. Close the eyes. Chew it 30 times. Watch it melt and liquefy. The enlivening of the taste buds. When it comes to liquid, you can swallow. And then you'll take another bite and do the same. Notice the texture in your mouth. How it changes from one state to another. And this time when you swallow, pause. Because now, as you're sensing the aftertaste in your mouth, the taste buds are awake. I want you to consider all the ingredients that went into making this cookie. The chocolate chips. Now he replaced vanilla with whiskey. There's Himalayan salt. I don't know what else, but flour, brown sugar. Okay, and then I want you to consider where these things could have been harvested, where the ingredients came from, the workers that planted it and worked in the fields, harvested it, prepared it, packaged it, labeling it, transporting it, and arriving to the store he bought it at, the employees who put it on the shelves, the person or cashier that rang it up, Denny who took it home, prepared it with love for us today. So many people involved for you to enjoy. Let your heart be filled with love and gratitude for sharing in this eating meditation. Now, this eating meditation could obviously be done slower. You can take your time with it. And this is a good exercise if you feel like, you eat too fast, or you're not being very conscientious about what you're putting into your body, and maybe you're wanting to be more conscious about it. But hey, it's Christmas, sugar time. You can do this really with anything. Just an example of the eating meditation. I used to do this around Halloween. I didn't do it this year, and he suggested it for Christmas. So, can we end our class and then we'll go back to eating? So in case they have to go. We'll bring our hands to prayer position. So we're going to chant Om to conclude our practice on the exhale. So take a deep breath in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. We all walk away from this practice feeling we're at home and at peace in our bodies, hearts, and minds. Namaste. Namaste. Denny. Please feel free to eat the cookie. However, I do need to let you know Jen is doing a private at 12:30. So not to rush through, but we have a lot to clean up.
If it goes to 30,